Hey, most people like each other. Do you agree? Well, of course, there are some folks in history and maybe even today that just kind of seem mad at the world and hate humanity, but maybe they don't even hate everybody. They just hate people that are different from them. Whoa, kind of park there for a moment. Hey, it's easy to point out, kind of humanity haters amongst us, but let's admit, we kind of squirm a little bit when it comes to relating to those that are different from us. Different in personality or politics, skin color, or even accent. We're well served to pivot around some change here. Relook at one of the stories we've looked at before, Zechariah 7. There's such great life principles and lots of applications. Remember, it was a discussion between a prophet who spoke for God and the nation of Israel, who really thought they were doing pretty okay on the kind of the God and humanity scale. Oh, they liked their life. They liked how they lived. They liked their kind of elite circle. They even wanted to add a dash of liturgy, some feast and fast to show off their spirituality and their likability. But God pulls back the curtain and says, hey, it's all self-serving. And then he launched into what true spirituality is and really how to practice it with and before your fellow man. He said, start with this, and I think we should too. He said, start with administer true justice. In other words, act with a sense of principle, God principles. Knock off the self-serving favoritism and bias and bigotry, and God isn't that way, and neither should we be. And then he says, show mercy and compassion. In some circles we throw those words around, and in some, in the workplace, they throw the words out because they say, hey, you just can't do business that way. Well, I'm not quite sure what kind of mercy they grew up with, but it's not the kind that's being talked about here. The Hebrew word is one of the strongest words about kind of love and commitment that you can find in their language. And it had to do with kind of a committed love and a covenant integrity kind of love. And it means you promise something for the well-being of others, and then you follow through, you mercifully follow through with it, no matter how deserving the other party is. Whoa. Don't see much of that around anymore. That's exactly why God says to do it. He told them to do it and us too. Show mercy. Oh, I'm embarrassed to say how transactional we become. It's almost like going to the grocery store and saying, bananas are 58 cents a pound. I'll take 2 pounds. That's not God's mercy. He's not transactional with us. We need to raise the bar on that one. And then he also says, be compassionate, be merciful and be compassionate. That's a deep down caring. And boy, do we need it in the home and we need it in the workplace. And yeah, it does take work, but it's obvious to God and others when we quit working. Let's restart a compassion campaign. It's possible. Relook at the life of Jesus. And he's somebody who cared deeply, even to those that were so different from him, even to those that nailed him to the cross. That was compassion, and that was also forgiveness. You embrace him. You embrace that example. And it becomes a brand new world with how we treat those that are even very different from us. You want to talk more? Hit that contact coach button.